Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. You guys, today we are going to be trying our very best, to do the recreation of Genshin Impact's Mondstadt. I guess it's called, I can't remember, Mondstadt. I play it, I swear. But I wanted to do a full recreation of like the village because like I said in previous builds, I just don't have enough room to do everything I want on the entire lot for just 64 by 64. I need more. I need more room. And I tried my best to do as best as I can. This is going to be into different parts because, girl, I had like 4 hours of footage that I need to just chop down in this video alone. So it is probably one of my most like taxing videos for sure. Like I have never made something so I guess like big and stuff because I do huge builds like this. I'm always on a 64 by 64 lot if any of you guys know me, but I just don't really do like a whole lot of villages. I have some, but I have never done this many buildings in like one lot. So it is crazy. And there's one part that I'm actually really annoyed with. And it's usually okay because when you go through the front gates, you're supposed to see like the what's it called, like the staircase to go up, and then like go up on like the second base where all like the village houses are, and then it goes up and up and up. And for some reason I made the entrance like in the middle, so I thought, oh, I would have enough room to have like the staircase going up from the front, and I never did. So it is a little off to the right, and I am just as mad as you. I'm sorry. If any of you guys play and you know what I'm talking about, I'm just really annoyed by it, but it's fine. It's fine, we can look past it. But this is gonna be part 1, and then I believe there's only gonna be a part 2. It just depends on how big this is, because you guys, I'm not even done it yet. Like, I'm still working on it, so I just hope that it goes well and it looks okay and I do it justice for the people who actually like hardcore play this game. I got it not that long ago and I was like at my boyfriend's and I saw it and I was like, okay, I just want like a game on my phone. I just want it to look pretty. I want it to have really nice graphics. Like, I don't know. And then I was like, Minecraft? That is definitely not it. And then I was looking through and I had like the Sims free play, but I haven't played that in a while. So I was like, meh. And then I saw like an ad that come up on my phone because you all know your phone is definitely listening to you, and the Genshin Impact came up on my phone and I was like, okay, let me just download this for 40 minutes on my phone and we can play. So I went and I downloaded it and I was playing around with it, and of course your girl is like hooked on it. I think it is so pretty. I didn't realize, but I think like a year ago, I ordered or like pre-ordered an anime figurine of, I think like the purple girl with like the I don't know, the pigtails. I don't know. I think if I remember, I'll put it in there. But I guess I ordered one from the game and I didn't even realize. So that's fun. I guess it all comes full circle, but I tried to do everything as best as I could, at least to the extent of what I did, because when I got in there and I got to Mondstadt and I was like, oh my god, this place is absolutely beautiful. And I know there are like a bunch of new a bunch of new places in the game that you can actually like visit, because like the map is huge. So I think the more that I play, the more I want to just like recreate the builds and stuff, you know. So let me know if you guys are actually down for that, because I think it'd be quite fun. And I want to do a greenhouse too, because I have been Girl, I have been looking on my phone and I've been searching through like Pinterest and everything like that. I'm like, okay, I need to find a greenhouse that's pretty and I need inspiration. And I haven't found anything yet. So when I find something and I can add my own spin on it, do a couple of things, and I actually have an idea in my head for a greenhouse, then I will make one for you guys. But I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want to make it bigger, if I want to make it smaller. Like, I think it would be silly to have a greenhouse on a 64 by 64 lot. I think that is just me, and I think a good percent of y'all could probably agree with me on that. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but girl, I have been off the past 2 days. I finally got my card paid off, so hallelujah. I'm so happy about that. And I just applied for a credit card, even though I was supposed to do it like a while ago. But for some reason, it came up on my phone that I was like, oh, you're eligible for a credit card. And I was like, oh, sweet. Okay. So then I applied for it. And then I got like no response back. So I was like, okay, great. And then it came up on my phone like a couple months like after that. And I was like, oh, you're eligible for a credit card. And I was like, oh, are you sure? Like, are you positive? So I saw it and then it expired like the next day. So I couldn't find it. So I was like, oh my God. So when I went to the bank with my dad and we got like all the papers and everything done for my car, he was like, oh yeah, you want like a credit card, right? Because like you want to move out, right? And I was like, yes, yes I do. So I got eligible for it, and it was really funny because when I got to the place, right, and I had this guy, let's name him like Derek, and I had an interview with Derek to get like everything applied and just choose what kind of credit card I wanted. And I just wanted like the basics, right? Like I don't want to be paying no extra things on it. I don't want the cool like perks if I have to pay. Like I just want like the most simplest thing that you can get me, because if I have too much then I'm gonna forget, and I don't want to do that. So I went in and he was super nice. Like he was very helpful. He was very sweet, very nice. And so there was a part in the interview where he was like, okay, I'm gonna send you a code and it'll just pop up on your phone and then you can just type it in. And I was like, okay, cool. So I do that, and of course my phone goes off, obviously, when you get a text. And the problem is that the sound that comes up on my phone is a certain Pokemon. And I am quite embarrassed that it went off. And I like, okay, it's Pikachu, right? And when it went off, I just felt like so embarrassed because this is a grown man in front of me, and he just looked at me, and then all of a sudden it went Pikachu. So I was like, I'm like, oh my God. And he was like, oh my God, is that Pikachu? I'm like, yeah. And he was like, aw, that's so cute. And I was like, thanks. This grown man, as I'm applying for a credit card, I have Pokemon as my ringtone. And then he started actually talking to me about Pokemon. Like he was telling me about like his friend, how he collects a lot of cards, and like he has like he used to love playing it. And then I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's great. I was kind of slightly like talking to him about it, and then he sees my phone. And you guys, I have like a slight obsession with Kirby, okay? I have like a tiny little obsession with him. And my entire background is like Kirby. So it has him like, you know those little widgets that you can get like on your iPhone? I have it as him like going on like an adventure through my phone. So every slide is like him finding a different place. So the first one is him like going around and walking in the jungle and then finding some people. Then the other one, there's like 3 widgets, and one is him finding the waterfall, the other one is him sitting by the waterfall, and the other one is him like fishing by the waterfall. And then the other one is him finding a cave with treasure, and the other one is him like sleeping at the end of the day like in a log. So I was like, oh yeah, this is my background, you know. I just don't worry about it. He was like, oh my god, that is so cute. I'm like, thanks. Yeah. So love it. I love that it was a fun experience. And the entire time where I was trying to get a credit card, we were just talking about Pokemon and Kirby. So that was a thing. And yeah. And I guess that's not the craziest thing that happened, because at work the other day, you guys, okay, I was just working, walking along, like it's been pretty slow, because it's been like so nice out, so everyone is outside, and I don't blame them, like it is beautiful. And so I see like this man walking, and my coworker goes, oh my god. And I was like, what? And she's like an older lady. This lady has like 9 children. She's been through things, like she's just like she speaks her mind. You know what I'm saying? You know those kind of people that just like speak their mind, and sometimes they really shouldn't. She does that. Love her though. She's great. But she saw this man and she was like, how disgusting. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, look. And I was like, what? And there's this man, a perfectly like normal looking dude, walking his ferret outside the store. And I was like, oh, I was like, oh my god. And he like came in and he was holding the thing like a baby, and he's like walking around and he's just like looking in the store, and I'm just like all casual like, and I'm like, oh, can I help you with anything? And he's like, oh, no, I'm good. I was like, okay. I'm like, all right. I like your dog. I mean, ferret. I like your ferret. He's like, thanks. And I was like, okay. So I like went away and I like looked at him. And then this baby came into the store. Not just the baby by itself, but like the mom with the baby in the carriage. And this, I swear to God, it was the weirdest day. This baby gave me such sass. Okay, I'm telling you. And you're like, no, Jamie, it's just a baby. Like, don't worry. No, this baby, I swear to God, this baby is still like 40 years old in a baby like body. Okay, this baby gave me such a stink eye, and I just like looked at it. I'm like, what did I ever do to you? I'm like, don't look at me like that. I'm like, this baby's about to throw down with me, get out of the stroller, and start whacking me with a binky. Like, I was like, oh my god. I'm like, that baby is giving me such a stink eye. So obviously I like looked back and I was like, like, I guess I'm making the face. I don't have a camera to show you my face, but I was just like, I'm like, what are you looking at? Kind of thing. Like, what are you looking at, baby? Like, what do you want? So, and my coworker saw it too, and she's like, this is just such a weird day. This is so weird. And I was like, isn't it? Like, oh my god. Like, this. And then at the end of the night, this lady comes in, and so in the store, we had like 2 or more for 20% off. So the lady comes in with her daughter, and she gets a couple of things, and she comes to the cash register and she says, oh, I have, did I get that 20% off? And I said, yes, you did. And she goes, okay, great. I have an SPC card, which is like, it kind of gives you about like 15% off on top of that. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I like scanned it, whatever. So this girl's getting some like good deals. And then I noticed that she has about like $20 off. So I was like, oh, do you want to use like the $20 off? And she's like, oh my god, yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. So I put it in, and then she hands me, like, I swear to God, I thought I was on extreme couponing. Okay, you guys, like, I was like, where are the cameras? She pulls out another coupon, and she's like, oh, I see that if I spend over this amount, I get this amount off. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. So at this point, she's already had like 30 bucks off. And I was like, okay, like almost 40. And then so I put it in, and it looked like she got like $8 more off. So I was like, okay, you're done. She said thanks, left, come back. She came back, and then she's like, the $8 didn't come off. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. I already put all your stuff in. And then she got mad at me. like I couldn't do anything because of the camera. And then she got mad and stormed off. So it was a great day. Anyway, I talked too much. Okay, if you guys like this video, maybe please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. And I will see you all later for part 2. Bye, guys.